Hello amazing students! In this video, we will learn how to compare decimals. Scientists collected and measured the lengths of different cockroach species. Which cockroach had a greater length, the American or the Oriental cockroach? Which two numbers do we need to compare? Yes, we need to compare 3 and 432,000 centimeters, which is the length of the Oriental cockroach, and 3 and 576 centimeters, which is the length of the American cockroach. How can we compare decimals? What symbols are we going to use? In comparing decimals, we will be using these symbols: greater than, less than, and equal to. You can look at this symbol as big mouth eats big number. Step 1. Write the numbers lining up the decimal points. Put 0 as placeholder if necessary. It would be easier to compare if decimals are of the same length. But since our decimals here are of the same length, there's no need for us to add zeros. Step 2. We have to look left to right. Compare the whole numbers first. So we have here a 3 and a 3. If the whole numbers are the same, we have to go to the next digits. We have here a 5 and a 4. Which is greater, a 5 or a 4? Of course, 5 is greater than a 4. So this is automatically greater. Any digit to the right of 5 and 4 doesn't matter, since we reach already our first difference, and that's in the tens place. Remember, this tens place holds more weight than anything to the right of it. So 3 and 576 thousandths is greater than 3 and 432 thousandths. The American cockroach is longer than the Oriental cockroach. Let's have more example. So we are comparing here 5 and 738 thousandths and 5 and 75 hundredths. If we look at the two numbers, we can see that 5 and 738 thousandths has more digits than 5 and 75 hundredths. But just because it has more digits, it doesn't mean that it has a larger value. It is important to remember that to compare decimals, we need to go left to right and place by place. So, we have to write the numbers lining up the decimal points. We will add 0 as placeholder. The next thing that we're gonna do is to compare the whole numbers. Just look in front of the decimal point. In front of the decimal point, we have a 5 and a 5, and that's the same. So we will proceed to the next digit, or we will compare each decimal place value. As you can see here, we have a 7 and a 7 in the tens place. So right now, we're still equal. If I go to the next place value, which is the hundreds, we have a 3 here and a 5 here. Now, which is greater, a 3 or a 5? Correct. 5 is greater than 3. So because 5 is greater than 3, it makes 5 and 75 hundredths greater than 5 and 738 thousandths. And the 8 here doesn't matter at all. So 5 and 738 thousandths is less than 5 and 75 hundredths. For our third example, we are comparing 890 thousandths and 89 hundredths. So we will write the numbers lining up the decimal points. And then we will add 0 as placeholder. Then let's go compare the whole numbers first. We have 0 and a 0. So they are equal. We will now proceed to the decimal places. We have here an 8 and an 8, still equal. 9 and a 9, they are still equal. And 0 and a 0, still equal. So what symbol are we going to use? Yes, we will be using the equal sign. Let's have another example. The first thing that we need to do is to write the numbers lining up the decimal points. And then we're going to compare the whole numbers. So if you look in front of the decimal points, you can see right away that this number is larger than this one because 1 is greater than 0. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.